Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the Pipe 555, staying alive again here in Dubai. I hope you're doing well, because if you bought into Bitcoin, if you did the dollar cost averaging, if you did it all the way at 16,000, when we were like around bouncing around the 16,000, 17,000, man, you are happy. You are so happy. You happy pappy. Yes, because I told you that's all you need to do if you're just like, you're 9 to 5, right? You want to get into crypto. This is the asset you want to buy. Okay, I want to tell you something before I get into the trading, because people come to me and ask me to invest in projects a lot with a return on investment in 3 to 4 years from now. Just a return on the money that I gave them. Now, if I compare that to holding Bitcoin over the next 3 to 4 years, what's the difference there? Oh, that's right. We're most likely, higher probability to see a 10x move in my purchases of Bitcoin compared to the higher risk of a business. Because I have to rely on another person accomplishing their job and doing their task and working really hard in order to make that business successful. Now, technically, if I invest in the right business, I can do a lot more than a 10x, 1000x, or 100 to 1000x. However, if I'm investing in a business, it's not me who's controlling the amount of work, it's they are. So this is why I feel that if you invest in Bitcoin right now, even though we're up 18,000, you're like, no, I missed it, I missed it. If you're buying for the next 3 to 4 years, this is your investment. You are, I can't guarantee you anything, but you're gonna get at least a minimum 5x easy walk in the park 5x. You can't say that, right? And that's over the next 3 years. You can't say that about any other asset. So, what are you waiting for? Share this with people right now. Share this video with people, and because when they come back, right, and you don't want them to say, "Oh man, I wish I knew that long time ago." So if you care about people, share this video with them, and let's get on with the charts. With that said, right, if you're trading this on the daily time frame, you missed the boat. You have to wait for it to come back. Is it going to come back? Most likely. Why is that? Well, there's lots of reasons why. If we bring up the VPVR, you can see there's a huge gap here on the VPVR. And what it tends to do, it comes back and fills in this gap. No guarantees of that, but you can see that you can see there's a big mountain here that's just as big as this one. And it tends to fill in this area. Because it tends to fill in this area, you will most likely get another shot at buying down here. Now, will it happen right away? Don't know, but you will most likely get another shot. And so you have to go with the most likely probability, not the oh well, you know what, it's gonna go higher and never come back. Can it do that? Yes, it can. It's just not probable. That's all. Right? It can do that. Don't get it twisted. Bitcoin can take off all the way straight up to 35K and then come back down. Okay? Back down to here. But, you know, you just that is not the most likely case. We're probably going to have to reconsolidate down the lower areas between 17,000 and 18,000 for a little bit before we continue higher. Okay, you could also trade this on the lower time frame because there's a lot more moves to run. We could move up to 20,000 very easily because when you look left, right, you can see this candle body. Crypto or Bitcoin or any kind of asset, basically. Let me just take off the VPVR. Tends to refill the past dump, right? Dumpy candle, right? So we're probably going to refill this candle all the way up to the 20,500-ish area. So looking for a lower time frame trade is a lot easier now because you can see there's like all kinds of indicators will probably tell you when to buy, or if you can purchase any of those indicators. There's the lower time frame. There's lots of different indicators. If you want the DAVO, you can use that as well. What didn't quite work out for that particular trade, but over here there was lots of indications that, oh, wait a second, this dump is over. Boom. Um, these longs were too. Once we pump, if there's any kind of DAVO longs right away, that you shouldn't ignore them, right? And yeah, you can see some of the shorts were not working, right? Yes, these tiny ones probably did work, but not this one. So with that said, right now it's only the short-term time frame. If you're looking to get in, it's really difficult. You can see that on the hourly there was very little indication on the price movements to say, okay, well, wait a second, there's clearly some pattern here that means that we can actually take the long like a W. No, the W's were few and far between. There's some here, right here. You can see a little bit of Wing action here, but it was mostly a cup and handle here. You can see right here. Let me just show you a cup and handle, which is kind of like a W, but not quite. It's a little bit wider in the cup and handle. So that was one cup and handle. There was not much. There's nothing here to indicate that, hey, wait a minute, this was going to turn around. So yeah, this is going to be a difficult one to trade up to the 20K. They're not going to let you in. They're not going to provide easy routes to get in. You have to play it by ear. Now, it's kind of getting in late in the game because you can see that the momentum I bet you the momentum has dropped off significantly. If we bring up the what's it called? Let's do the MACD first. Yep, you can see this push was high. This push was a little bit lower, and we're looking to see if this get confirmed. So we might have a pullback, right? A little bit of a pullback before we continue all the way to 20K. So be careful out there. I would not recommend you chase this. Like whether we were chasing it down here, let's just say you bought down here, right? Because you're like, oh man, I missed this and I bought down here. And then you bought and you're like, yes, you woke up today and it's higher. Okay. When are you taking profits? You're going to take profits at 20K? We could come back and wipe out your long, because we could easily come back and wipe this out, wipe out anybody who has stop losses here, because you probably put in stop loss here, or you could probably move your stop loss to profit, right? So if you did that, the best thing to do is to move your stop losses right to this profit objective at 18,382. Because that's probably a place where, you know what, you want to, they could come back, or if they decide not to come back, it will continue higher, and we won't break this level. So that's the safest area for your stop loss, but odds are we're probably going to break down, because we're we can see that we're overextended ourselves both on the MACD, and yes, there we go. There you see the divergence here, and it hasn't been confirmed yet, but when it does, yeah, it could mean that things are going to be turning around, especially on the hourly. Now, if we go up to the 4 hour, let's see what we're seeing there. Is there any kind of indication that this is over on the 4 hour? A little bit. You can see a little bit of divergence here, but it's got a little bit of ways before it actually decides, okay, well, this divergence is bollocks. But you can see this was definitely a divergence here that actually got confirmed, and then it pushed through anyways. So yeah, no guarantees that these divergences are going to work out, but they are an indication that you need to cool your jets and not jump into a trade. The trade was down here, and we are waiting for our opportunities to get in. All right, let's head over to Ethereum. Okay, remember yesterday, right? Let me just get rid of the VPVR here. Yesterday I told you guys that the CP Live was coming out, and boom, we're going to get this volatility. We got the same volatility in Bitcoin, but not as badly as we got it in Ethereum. And yes, we almost, I was looking for an entry at the 1350, almost got there, but almost doesn't count. And so it doesn't get us into a trade. So you can see, okay, where is the line there? Right here. We got a low as 1358. Unfortunately, did not give us a chance to get in there. Now, you can see that there is definitely a momentum change because we did not push higher a lot higher. The momentum, we don't even need to bring up the indicators because you can see from here without looking at them that hey, price action went boom this much and then sideways and then only this much. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. But let's bring up the momentum indicators and show you that on the on these indicators, and you can see right here on let's see here. Can we bring this bigger? Yes, we can. You can see there is divergence there. Oof, big divergence. But you know it's got to confirm, and there's like also double divergence. Oof, oh my goodness, wow, multiple divergences on this time frame. So not that is not good. Okay? Whilst price is going higher, the momentum indicators are moving down. That is danger zone. danger, danger zone. So be careful here. This is not a positive outcome for. Well, actually, this is not quite a double divergence, but you can see because this one, this value, these price action down here was just lower. So, but still, the momentum indicators are moving lower, and so we have to like put a pause. Can it break higher? Yes, it can, but this is indicating that hey, might want to cool your jets. Might want to like take a break from trading this at the lower time frame because things might turn against you very, 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 very fast. All right, let me just clean up the chart. Let me go to the daily. So we're still on track with Ethereum to head all the way up to $1,600 for sure, and then continue its track. But this is going to be a long-term track, all the way up to $3,300. But that's going to be a while. So don't try to trade that right now. Again, there's don't be surprised if we come back and refill in this area before we go higher. So remember we said on the other shows that there is a clear indication. Oh, right in here, right in this area, we might fill this area or in between here for a while before we consolidate. Might go all the way up to the 16K and then come back down, but we're filling this area, whether it's now or later. Okay, let's get on to the news you can use. Not much to trade, right? But if you did want to trade, you could head over to okx.davincij15.com or bybit.davincij15.com to do your trades. Wow. WEF Global Crisis Report flags crypto asset bubble as polycrisis looms. I want you guys to look at how this particular news article was sentenced and phrased. A polycrisis, let me just define that for you, is a cascading crisis that causes others. Sort of like what happened in 2008. When Lehman Brothers collapsed, it caused a cascading crisis, which would have collapsed all the banks. They're saying that that's polycrisis to come, and that's true, right? Because you have a financial system that's unsustainable. It's a Ponzi scheme. And you can cry and say, well, it's worked this far, it's going to go on forever. No, it's a fraud. And no fraud continues to function forever. It's like, investing in Bernie Madoff at year 15 in his 30-year-long Ponzi scheme and saying, well, it's a Ponzi scheme, but it's going to continue forever. Yeah, and then it continues another 10 years, and you're like, see, I told you so. And so I'd be like, it's still a Ponzi scheme. The fact that he can get more fools doesn't stop it from making a Ponzi scheme. Doesn't mean it's not a fraud. So The same with the financial system, because they can make you use the financial system at the point of gun. Doesn't stop it from being a fraud. Can remain a fraud for forever, no matter what. The fact that it is a fraud is the reason why we're going to have a poly crisis. Okay. Now, with that said, um, they say here that they have two separate statements which have nothing to do with each other, but they combine them in order to make you feel that crypto will cause the poly crisis. But it's the financial system that will cause the poly crisis, not crypto. That's why they're trying to. This is another tactic, scare tactic, in getting you away from crypto. That the crypto asset bubble, right? Which, I mean, you could say you could replace crypto asset bubble with, I mean, the car collectors bubble is going to like flag the WEF global crisis reports flags auto asset bubble as polycrisis looms. Or let's just say WEF global crisis report flags housing bubble as polycrisis looms. But the two are mutually exclusive. They're not the cause. One is not the cause of the other. So that's just to get the population, especially the dumb population, who look at this statement, right, and say, yeah, this has no correlation with anything that happened in 2021 and 2022. And then they go on to say, whoa, this is a Excel spreadsheet and all that kind of stuff. Show me the data and all that kind of nonsense. Yes, yeah, okay. so, yeah, they will believe that crypto. Those same people will believe that crypto caused the collapse. So don't think that that's not going to happen, right? That is going to happen, but that's okay. That's okay. You know the truth, right? And you know how to deal with it. So just buy your crypto, hold on to it, especially Bitcoin, especially Ethereum. Ethereum's going to outperform Bitcoin a lot more than Bitcoin's going to perform in dollar wise. You're going to see probably huge, like a possible 20x easy or more on your money in Ethereum at the end of this bull cycle, because Ethereum has a larger use case than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to wait for global usage, right? Whilst Ethereum can be used today. That's the difference. And I'm saying it whilst you're saying, well, yeah, I can use Bitcoin to buy stuff. Yes, I understand that. However, I'm talking about like at least, very least, 10% of the world population using it on a day-to-day basis with their finances. Once we get to that level, then Bitcoin can be considered in the area that, hey, you know what, it is being used for the case of money. So, and it will get there. It will get there. And when it does, don't be waiting for that and saying, oh man, I should have bought it when it was 18K, because then now it's several $1 million and I can't afford it anymore. No, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. Remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers.